Florida State defense? How much was Florida decision making?
Both. Florida State certainly defends at a high level. They're athletic, they're quick, they're physical, and they certainly, with their quality defense, made us turn it over a lot of the time. And then, but some of that is on us because we got sped up and rattled in a stretch there where if we want to be competitive or successful in a game like this, you can't give it away. I'm sure Leonard is as frustrated with some of their turnovers as well too. It was kind of guys giving it back and forth to each other. But I told our guys in the locker room after, I said, you made a statement of the kind of heart you have and the fight in you, and that was good. But we also made a statement that we've got to clean up some of these turnovers and be more efficient to play against a team like this because baskets aren't easy to come by. And again, there's a stretch where we look very poor with our turnovers standing and just got a little worn down. But again, they fought to get back to have a chance to win or have a chance to tie.
Called a timeout with about 8 minutes, 30 seconds left, and it seemed like after that, at one point after that, you guys went on a 14-0 run.
Yep.
It seemed like, was the directive in that timeout to go to the basket more? Because it seemed like you started doing that more.
I thought, right, John Tell, I thought, he was huge in that stretch where he made some plays defensively, got us some breakaways, and then started attacking, spreading the floor a little bit, attacking. We put 4 guards on the floor and tried to open up the floor a little bit and make some plays, and some guys stuck some 3-pointers. And they had some turnovers, and our defense was solid enough to get us to where we went up 1. And I can't remember when Snare, he hit 2 big shots. If we were up 1 when he hit that long range, I don't know how much time was left. Was that about 3 minutes or whatever it was? But we had showed in the clip tape, in our scouting report, we had showed 2 or 3 times how he'll do that. He'll eye you up, and he will shoot it at any time. So I'm curious to look at the film and say, okay, were we ready for that? Did we relax, or were we there knowing that he was going to pull it from that far? And that was a big shot for them, and then he hit another big shot. He made some plays.
How do you explain, Tony, being so cold there, where you only had 2 made field goals for like 8 or 9 minutes, and then all of a sudden, like making 7 straight baskets like that?
Yeah, well, some of those were some drives. We got some easy ones. Again, against Florida State, there's not a lot of easy baskets, and they were imposing their will on us. We talk about that all the time. They just, whether it was transition baskets, owning us on the glass, out being more physical, bumping our guys where we really struggled. And then again, we got some life. I think we opened the court up a little more, went with 4 guards, and got some transition buckets, and I thought that got us into it. And shooting's a funny thing, as we talk about. You just never know when you're going to start hitting something.
Do you think the crowd had a effect on Sammy?
Yeah, with his air balls. I'll tell you what had more of effect, because is Florida State. They close on you so quick. Like, I think it was Malcolm once or twice. They tip a lot of balls. I mean, they get to your shot. You think you're open and there's space, and they're on top of your shot. So I think they make you shoot a little quicker and rush it. And I think that his shots were open, and I wouldn't say they were quite in rhythm. He had to speed it up a little bit, and I don't know if the crowd got into him or not, but I know that he had to set up.
You worried about the effect it'll have on him?
What will be, will be. You know what I mean? I'll encourage him to keep impacting the game with his defense, with his decision making, with his leadership, and then keep taking good shots. And if they're there, you got to take them, and if you're not feeling it, then pass it up. He passed that one up to get Joe one at the end. He decided, all right, I'm not there. Maybe we could have gotten a layup out of it. But as the saying goes, it is what it is. You shoot 4 air balls. Well, a miss is a miss. They close on you. So next time you get open, hopefully you shoot it.
Were you pleased with Malcolm's play, particularly late? He seemed to really kind of enjoy the challenge.
Yeah, he's strong going to the rim. It was an intense setting. So for a freshman to show that kind of composure or toughness. Let me see what he did. He made some plays where he's physical. He could handle that. His body was able to handle it. He put it on the floor, made decisions. But for stretches, it was a bit much for a lot of our guys until we reeled it back in.
You play them again in a couple of weeks. Do you think your strong finish really will help you in that game, and that there for a while it looked like you were really kind of overwhelmed?
Yep. We'll find out. I'd like to tell you, yes, they're good. They're tough. Leonard does a great job with them. So we'll have to be ready. We'll have to take care of the ball better, and we'll have to show up and play. And we'll be at home, so hopefully that will be an advantage.
You worried about the matchup with Snare? It seems like he was matched against Sammy, and you didn't really have anybody who was a natural candidate. to put on him and stop him.
Yeah, and then we went 4 guards, so we had some interesting matchups. But he's a really good player, and he's been a key. You know, even if you look at it statistically, it wasn't overwhelming for him, but it seems like he's been a guy that has made the big plays for them. And he's what you say, he's a threat. He can shoot the 3 ball, but he can put it on the floor. He's got a mid-range game, so he's not just one-dimensional where you can crowd him because he'll go right by you, and he's big enough to rise up over you. So he's got to make his shots as tough as possible, and you got to help on him, but know that there's a lot of other action going on.
With John Kelly